Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my show. Smitty on the corner, 007, bro. This is for you, not me. So smash the like button. Every time you see me subscribe, you should tell a homie all about the dope videos and good vibe. Yes, I'm lying, high five to the good guys, but we move like good fellas. Light hop, street wine, yes, we do it better. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my show. Smitty on the corner, 007, bro. This is for you, not me. So smash the like button. Every time you see me subscribe, you should tell a homie all about the dope videos and good vibe. Yes, I'm live high five to the good guys, but one with good fellas. Light out ring, yo, one. Yes, we do it better.
And this broadcast is brought to you by I'm a Grown Azz Man. That's right, I'm a Grown Azz Man. Stay tuned.
Posted up in my whip, riding with my honey dip. Cruising through the city scene, blazing on some sticky green. Got my hater blockers cause I'm cooler than some ice cream. Down with the county kings, then you rollin' with right team. In the Benz or on the bus, chickens they be checking us. And I'm in my whip, posted floating like some angel dust. Used to have a heavy foot, now I like to cruise through 2 miles per hour. So when body sees you trying to catch me riding dirty, police in my rear view. 2 hands on my wood grain, I'm twisted while I'm switching lanes. Buck my head to the beat, cause she in these leather seats. GMC, we suck a bin everywhere through PGC. Windows up a black tent, and I got my music loud. Concert in my car, and I'm the only one up in the crowd. Meet me on the back roads where I'm surfing in the Ville. Bang, hit while aim, riding, displaying my verbal skills. PG needs me, we be in a big league. Lumberjack coming through, knocking down big trees. Big dog, no fleas, stay clean. Yes, I do. Dudes be like I rap too when we be like, who are you? Chisel down a half ounce to sell it to nickel diamond quarters dip. Got me off of it. Yes, I see you hate me, but I'm still showing love. This not because of me, I'm controlled from up above. I'm so fresh, I'm so clean, I'm like the body wash a dove. So up here to put all in perspective, bringing back hope, dropping bombs like Osama, smooth talker like Obama. I'm just here to keep it cool. I don't really want no drama, but y'all treat me like I'm nothing. But fact is I'm born someone, no gossip, no rumors, just observation, a display in the chambers of my castle, resting easy where I lay. We don't play, I'm in the city, but my mind is where I stay. I am life, earth, motor, spirit, covered clay. When you treat me like some shit, that say a lot about you, not me. The greatest of us has always been silence, nothing new, but I still chef it up, cooking stew. Who would have knew so much hate come from people I don't know? That's why my blood's still warm, but my heart is colder than the snow.
Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Much respect to you. Much respect to you. Respect. Welcome back. And before we get started, as always, I have to bring back, how are you? How's the day treating you? And how's your headspace? Just in case nobody else asks you. All right, now. So today, yes, that's right. Today, I declare I'm a grown ass man. That's right. And that's the topic we're going to be talking about. What does it really mean to be an adult, right? So I got some questions down, right? Of course, we got 7 of them. So let's go ahead and get to this, right? So being an adult, the reason why I wanted to bring up this topic is because I personally recognize that there are so many individuals who are suffering from an arrested development. There are a lot of us who are of a certain age and we're not as grown as we should be. Or should we be? I don't know. See, this is something that I'm just trying to figure out because, last time I checked, when you reach a certain age, I guess, you're supposed to be an adult. But is it really about your age? So let's go ahead and get to the first one. All right, so first question reads, what does being an adult mean to you besides age is just a number? What does it mean? Like when you say I'm grown, when you hear somebody say they're grown, besides their age, what does it mean? I would say for myself, definitely, you know you're an adult when you put priority over pleasure. When you actually take time and put your priorities over the pleasure, that's when you know you're grown. When you recognize that I need this money to pay for this, to sustain this, this, and that, I can't just go out and blow it and have fun and trick off with it. For example, right? If you was to take it to a financial perspective. Also, being grown is when you recognize that life is not just about you and that there are people who depend on you. You have to recognize that there are going to be people who depend on what it is that you have to offer. So you got to make sure that you're ready to be of servitude. Grown as adults are of servitude. I promise you that. Now that one I know. You recognize that that's truly where your wealth comes into play. Your wealth comes into play when you see how valuable to others that you are, and you're only valuable to others because of what it is that you have to offer. Being of servitude, point blank, period. Right? Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. And shout out to anybody in the building who might be listening, man. Respect to you. Respect to you. Again, this channel's not for me. This is for us. All right, so let's talk about it. Yeah, I'm a grown ass man. We are grown today. So question number 2 reads, in your life. Oh, okay. Was there a moment, right, in your life that made you feel like a grown up and adult? Let's just take it back to when we were young. I would say for me, definitely. When my father first started going to the hospital and my mom would be in the basement weeping, me being her son, I did feel a sense of adulthood. I did feel a sense of being grown when I had to go consult her, right? I had to make sure that I let my mom know everything was going to be okay. I made sure that I prayed with her during those times, you see. So I would say for myself, again, this is just me. You can type in what you want to type in if you're in the building. But for me, that's where I really found yeah. And this was around the age of maybe, I think, 14. I was somewhere around 14, 15 years old. All right. So that moment right there is what actually made me feel like I was grown up. Unfortunately, nowadays, people really think that grown up means that you pay your own bills and you have somewhere to live. Like, that's not supposed to be mandatory. That's like me saying I'm a good dad because I actually spend time with my kid. Like, are you kidding me? That's what you're supposed to do. So now we have to remember that part too, right? Cool beans. Moving down the line. Does being 18 or 21 really make you an adult? Does it? I know 40-year-olds who act like 15-year-olds. So, I mean, really, does it? You let me know. I don't really see that just because you are of a certain number in age that you are grown, because adulthood, being grown, is a mentality more than anything. And the only way to obtain that mentality, right? See, this is the kicker, because people would try to flip and twist it and say, well, I'm 15, my mentality. No, The only way to obtain that mentality is you have to live long enough. You have to have had enough circumstances over and over. Yes, repetitively, you're going to have to go through a lot of things over and over and over again in order to actually come to that age of your growth, your maturity, your blossom. You're not just grown just because you turn 18 or 21. You're not grown just because you're 30 or 40. Let's just be for real. Because we see a lot of people our age who are now trying to act as if like they're still back in their 20s. Nah, it don't work like that. You smell me now. Respect to the family. So, does being 18 or 21 make you an adult? No, it doesn't make you an adult. It makes you subjective to adult penalties. That's it. Really think about it. The only thing that it makes you an adult as, you can be locked up and you will be put in there with grown ass men and women. What it means is that if you don't pay a bill, you got debt, just like your parents or whoever else may have had. That's all it means. All it means is that you can be, you can suffer from the consequences of adulthood. But are you actually up here grown? I'm a grown ass man. I was saying that at 15. My father looked at me like I was crazy. Oh man. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's move on to the next one, right? So the next one we got is number 4. Number 4 reads, how does money factor into being an adult to the point you feel grown? Well, how most people do. They believe that because I pay for my own stuff, they believe that because I actually have my own place that I'm grown. So how does money factor in? Because you're not even allowed to do certain things until you're a certain age. So I would say that one is kind of a no-brainer. You smell me now? That one's a no-brainer because, you can't get certain jobs until you reach a certain age. You're not allowed to have bills in your name until you're a certain age, the whole 9. So that's how I would say money factors in. But just because you make your own money, does that mean that you're actually grown? Does it? Does it really mean you're grown? No, because you have a lot of grown ass people who do not manage their money the right way, and they spend it worse than a 16-year-old would. But you also have people who do manage their money the right way. So I would say that just depends, right? Okay, now moving along, let's get to the next one. Shout out. My man AC. I see you in the building, Chop. What's going on with you, bro? Go ahead, pull this up. What we got right here? At work listening, but didn't realize I was actually grown when I started putting the needs of my family over. That's right there. Smack on point. Smack on point. Let me go ahead. Yeah. Let me go ahead and give you one of these right here. That's absolutely smack on point. Absolutely. When you realize that priority is over pleasure. You probably wanted to maybe go to the movies with a chick or something. You probably wanted to maybe go off and get some weed with your friends. You probably wanted to go to the arcade, hit the mall, buy some clothes, whatever it is that you were into when you were growing up. But you know what you did? You said to yourself that I have a priority. Now, I don't know. Maybe you can type it in the chat. I know you at work and everything, but like about how old was you when all of that was taking place, if you don't mind typing that for me. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's move on to the next one. All right. Number 5 reads, Is it impossible to be an adult but still not have life figured out? Hold on now. Yeah, I got to read that again. Is it impossible to be an adult but still not have life figured out? Nope. Mm. Because true maturity is when one recognizes that I'm always still growing. I'm always still learning. There's always something that I'm going to figure out new about myself. And as I keep on going through this life, I'm going to shift, I'm going to change, I'm going to morph my what it is I'm into, what it is I like. That's going to shift as I get older. I actually tried to listen to some of the music I listened to back when I was growing up as a teenager. The only thing it gave me was nostalgia, but I wasn't able to bop my head to the beat as well. And I'm talking about in the sense of there are just some things that I grew out of, right? Let's see what we got. Wow, it was between 30 and 35. Wow. Okay. Okay. I thought you were saying that, Chop. I thought you were saying that from a you were younger standpoint. Okay, I got you. All right now. But yeah, so let's read this again, right? Is it impossible to be an adult but still have but still not have life all figured out? Who in the world do you know has life figured out? Don't you see the wisest of the community with gray beards still studying? What do you think that means? It's a direct indication you will forever be a student, but you can be a student that graduates into the light of teacher, sensei, pastor, imam, rabbi. Even in the word, rabbi just means teacher, where, well, before it meant master, then it was translated to teacher. But I promise you that rabbi is still learning. You smell me now? Respect to the family. Okay. So, what role does maturity and self awareness and play in maturity? Hold on, you say what? One second, y'all. Hold on one second. Now I had to learn how to be an adult. Growing up does not have a tutorial. Hmm, okay. With it's something you have trials and yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Um, I agree with that. You definitely do. Like growing up, because we all have our own walk of life. So everybody's gonna have a different experience. And that experience that you had, child, may not be the experience I had, but it doesn't mean that we both didn't learn and grow up through those experiences. And that's how it is with almost anybody. So I get you on that point. I get you right there. Um, but let me see. Let's go to number 6 right here, right? Because again, I'm a grown ass man. Okay. All right. That's what we talk about a lot. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this topic before I get to the next question is because I'm just gonna be real with you. Like I really believe that the adults of yesterday, no matter how much they had they little shit with them, we still seen them as adults. And I've never I never thought that like adulthood would mesh into like I'm not even gonna say youthfulness, but like I mean like being a kid almost. like not being mature, not doing things that we know grown ass adults do, not operating in that headspace. And so that's why I'm doing this, because I'm thinking to myself, is being an adult really truly just the age that you are, or is it a mentality that you keep? That is the question, right? So let's go ahead and get to number 6. No, hold on, wait. Yep. Because I'm still on this one. So what roles does maturity and self-purpose, right, and maturity play in your adulthood? Your purpose and your maturity. The only way to figure out what your purpose is that you have to be grown enough to say, I got to separate myself to find myself. That's right. That's right. I got to separate myself to locate myself. That's what you wound up finding out. You smell me now? Respect to the family. All right. So I would say that's where the maturity aspect of adulthood should come in. Unfortunately, nowadays, majority of those who call themselves adults, right? We too busy trying to keep up with those and trying to like relate to them, as opposed to just teach them and be of authority as far as the youth. We too busy trying to like make sure we know the same songs, the same dances that they know and everything else. It's nothing wrong with relating to the youth. It's nothing wrong with that at all. But when you actually go out of your way to try to still be the youth, with your growing into your classic stage behind, that's a problem. That's a problem. So that's why I was thinking about this topic. Like, what is it really truly to be grown? What is it really truly to be an adult? Like, at least today, back in the day, this was never a question. We just knew it because we saw it. It was in our face. I don't care if you had the drunk uncle, the angry stepdad or mom, whatever it might have been, we still saw like how adults operated, even in their dysfunction, is my point, because nobody's perfect, right? So that's the way I see that one. Moving along, let's go ahead and let's get to number 7. Bow. Do you think that do you think there is a right age to feel fully grown up? Or is it a process throughout your life? How do you feel about that? Do you believe that there's an age you can say, I'm a grown ass man? I do believe that you do have the passage of right to say that once you reach a certain stage in your mentality. Absolutely. And the only way to reach that certain stage of mentality is you have to live long enough. The 15-year-old's not going to tell me, they've reached that stage. You have not lived long enough. That's all it's about. It's not about I'm older than you. It's about you have not experienced this enough times to truly see what it is that unfolds when you're talking about adulthood. You haven't seen it enough, right? So, do you think that there is a right age to feel like you're grown up? And I only cam down because, like I said, I'm trying not to smoke on camera. And I'm gonna keep on saying that out loud because I'm trying to check myself. Ain't nobody gonna check me but me. Right? Okay, so what is the right age to feel like you actually? What's going on? What's going on, beloved? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. I see you in the building. What's going on? I appreciate you stopping through, even if it's just for 2 seconds. Much respect to you. Much respect to you. All right. But like when you say you're grown, what what exactly what exactly gives you the indication? Like I want you to think to yourself right now. And if somebody was to say, are you a grown ass woman or man? And you would say yes. What is it contingent upon? Is it because you actually just what hold a job? I've been holding a job since I was 14. Was I grown just because I had a job at 14 working at the local deli? Or was I just making some money so I can go to the mall and everything on in you know the movies during the summer and weekends? You see, uh, uh, again, this whole world has been flipped so much, and it's so difficult. It's so difficult to try to figure out like what really is adulthood now. We so busy trying to keep up with everything that the youth does instead of bringing the youth up to where we are. Like that's what I remember adulthood being. Like we tried to be more like the people who were older than us. And the people older than us was not trying to be like us. They weren't trying to go back to the youth. They recognized the stage in life in which they were in at that moment. And so again, when I speak about adulthood, it's more of a mentality. And the only way, again, for you to reach that mentality is you have to live long enough. You got to see a certain amount for a certain amount of time, enough times before you actually can say, I'm a grown ass man or I'm a grown ass woman. It's the only way. The lack of life experience, and not just the lack of life experience, but the lack of not walking in the light of what it is that you know have experienced. That's some good tea. What it is that you experience is what you should learn from. You're an adult, you're grown when you're actually able to have something to pass down. See, when you're growing up, you're always looking up, as into, can I receive? When you grow up, you're now in the position of the hand that is over, right? You're now in the position of priority over my pleasure. That's what makes you a grown ass adult. All of it's right here. It's just whether or not you choose to use it or not. You smell me now? So let's just go over these questions one last time before we get up out of here. Y'all know how I do. So, just a quick recap. What does being an adult mean to you besides age is just a number? Mentality. Just keep it real simple. Mentality. What was the amount of time in your life that made you feel like you were grown up? What was the time in your life when I had to actually consult my mother? Like I said, when I had to consult her, that totally flipped everything. It did. It just did. Does being 18 or 21 really make you an adult? No, it doesn't. It just means that you're old enough to receive consequences that adults receive. How does money factor into being an adult to the point you feel grown? Simple. When you have to pay bills, what else are you supposed to feel like? What else are you supposed to think that you see? Right? Besides, when you look in the mirror, I'm a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass woman. Why? Because that's what it is that you have had to have been subjected to. If you're subjected to having to do things that your parents have done, like pay bills and maintain the food in the fridge and everything else, you could be like that older sibling that had to look out for your younger brothers and sisters type. That will give you a sense of adulthood. But are you grown? No, you're not. You haven't lived long enough. That's all it is, right? Is it impossible to be an adult but still not have life figured out? No, it's not. As a matter of fact, you're more grown when you know. The more I learn, the less I know. That's actually a state of maturity, right? And then 6, what role does maturity and self-awareness play in adulthood? Everything. It's your mentality. 7, do you really think that there is a right age to feel fully grown up? No. You're forever learning. You will always be forever learning. Not just about yourself, but others. You're always going to be learning and adapting and adjusting to your environment. Nothing stays the same. Those who stay the same are those who get left behind. You can still always be yourself, but you must know how to grow. You have to have growth within oneself. You see? So, the whole adulthood factor, I see that more so of something that is subjective based upon the mentality. And with that being said, much respect to the family. I digress. My mic is muted. Let's go ahead and rock out. Shout out to you.
I'm a fallen angel from sky. Up above, I'm that man that think is a thug. I'm your drug and your plug. Wings tucked, I seen pain, seen blessings, seen luck. Ran over by train, that's about 8 trucks. Smitty really gritty, but never I'm no slut to the money and fame. You can keep your chain, we free men over here. And in case you didn't know, my favorite color is here. Yes, I'm here, not fresh to death, no stress, no worries. All burdens, I done buried, closed coffin. I'm the beauty of the beast, and a man I found often. I'm the cure to infection. My reflection is broken down in sections. Retired chef outside, still cooking. I be rocking with best. Thank you, good looking. Y'all must be lunching on mothers. If you not from my section, then you cool, but not a brother. Lone Star, the astronaut from above. You looking for a fix? I'm your brand new blood. Shotgun slug, flood of the love spreads. Truck by train, made it out by thread. Should've be dead, but rose from darkness and walking with an oath. I'm not the goat, I'm shepherd. Blending into the world tree, hiding a leaper. Mr. 7, I'm ghost in flesh.